So today we'll talk about let's log into the AWS console. Okay. The root user. User. Okay. This is my another account. I'm just making sure. Right. So this is a test screen. You can put RDS also. That's all. So EC2. Quickly click on the EC2. You'll go to the EC2 dashboard. So here, so let's talk about each and everything in this area. Like, don't worry, this screen looks like something what so many things for today, but slowly we'll learn each and everything here. Okay. So first of all, the cloud offerings. Right. Okay. Better, I'll do one thing. Notes. Okay. So the cloud offerings. So first of all, what is cloud? You understood, right? What is cloud definition? Cloud computing. There will be n number of definitions for this, but I can say next generation data center. Okay. What is next generation data center? What is data center first? Yeah, this word we often use in our like everyday class or everyday life as a DevOps engineer. So what is data center? So data center is something like where you can have, it's a group of resources. Will be the place. It can be range from one building to another building, or one geolocation to another geolocation, or multiple geolocations. What I mean to say, suppose think of a college. College we have labs, right? Each and every lab will have computer systems and will be formed a network, right? The same way, organizations, uh, their resources, their computational capacity will be residing in one place or many places or many geolocations, and in which each and every location connected. So that is connected to one network. So we use VPN to connect those data centers. VPN is nothing but virtual private network. So inside internet, like within the internet, we want to secure our data to transfer from one place to another place. So we use VPN. VPN is a secured way. VPN, yeah, reduce the internet speed, but that is mandatory for organization to use, because Nobody wants their data to be seen openly in the internet world. Okay, that is VPN definition. So data center is means what? Data center is something uh, where computational resource of each and every organization will be reside, and they depends on a company size, organization size. There will be one to many data centers. Suppose think of a company called Amazon or any other thing like Oracle. They have data centers for different geographical location based on their customers. Customers means the people who are using their software, right? If it is a service-based company, there will be a data centers like based on their customer base. Suppose they have a huge number of customers in, suppose there is a company called, they are working for Anthem. Anthem is like a biggest healthcare chain in US. Anthem and UHG, United Health Group. These are the two biggest. Anthem is a bigger one, and then UHG is a bigger health insurance or healthcare domain companies in US. That means they are providing health benefits to the US customers, US citizens. So now, where should be the UHG and Anthem organization data center will be located? Based on their customers, they have to locate in US only, right? If they're not able to uh, create their own data center or not to maintain their own data center, suppose data center means what? Combination of computers, huge computers like the servers, and then network. Network means like connected into a network. Globally means we need a router, gateway across the world. So all these things are connected and put it in a one place called data center. Okay, those operationals, they have to, somebody has to maintain those data center operations. They're called as DC ops, DC ops, DC ops or DC ops, like data center operations. Okay, they call it as data center operations. So each and every organization have their own data center based on their computational capacity and based on their employee strength and based on their customers. Now you understand what is the term called data center? Data center is a collection of resources of their own premise. Like where will be located? Their own premise, right? They have to pay for the rent, or like they have to own that building to maintain the all those things. So that is called on-premise data center, because their premises it will be located. The premises they located, they own it. If they are paying rent also, they are the owners only, right? I mean, like, they are owning it. Suppose if you are staying at rent on some place, and if you have TV in that house, the TV owns to you or your owner? It's you only, right? So that's how the computational capacity, if the building is rented also, the on-premise, we call it as on-premises data center. Okay, now you understand the term called data center, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, next generation data center means what? The previously, before cloud, we don't have this such kind of concept of cloud. Then every organization has to own their data center. If they're not capable of owning their own data center, they have to take the systems on rent, right? That is a before cloud. Now, cloud is providing what? They are providing the systems on rent only, right? But just they changed the name as cloud computing, and there are a lot of changes happened. Previously, to rent a infrastructure is a costly affair. We used to have a VPS servers, virtual private servers, and then it's all like complicated process. We used to get a server on a rented basis, and then somebody has to be spun up your server, and somebody has to give all those things, network configuration, and you have to maintain each and everything, and there will be limited access to that server. All those things are the silos, like that is a silos infrastructure that time. Now With the cloud computing, they are providing servers. Like yesterday, we spun up a one server, right? One server within minutes. So that is the advantage. So that's why I call it as next generation data center. Cloud computing means for me, it's next generation data center. That's it. They are providing the data center rental basis on a RESTful API. RESTful API is a web service call. We're just writing when you're clicking a launch instance button here, when you're clicking a launch instance button, we're just clicking a launch instance button, right? It is providing us a screen like to choose some options and all those stuff, right? And once that is done, what we're doing, we're simply selecting a launch option. See, review and launch option. The moment you hit review and launch option, it will it is transferring a RESTful API call to the AWS server side. Like they written some kind of coding there, like that is their algorithm. They're creating an instance for you based on your choice or based on your like options, whatever you choose. So this is how it works. So that's why I'm calling it as it is next generation data center. They are providing the same. They are placing your network, they're placing your instance capacity, they are attaching storage, and they are giving proper IO, and then they are giving you a credential to log in. So all those things they are providing to you. Just a simple clicks. So that's why I call it as next generation data center. Okay. And what are the cloud offerings majorly when they define cloud computing? Cloud offerings are majorly categorized into three categories. Cloud offerings are IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. Whereas PaaS stands for platform as a service. Whereas SaaS stands for software as a service. So the name itself indicating infrastructure as a service. That means they are providing infrastructure as a service to you. And platform means infrastructure means what does it comes? It comes like your hardware, CPU, number of CPUs, like how many core processor you require. That is core processor we calculate it, and how much RAM you require, and how much storage you require, and what type of network you require, or how much IO you require. This one comes under which category? Infrastructure. Now, platform, whether this can be a Linux platform, a Windows platform, or operating system, the Ubuntu, or maybe Red Hat, Mandriva, or any other Linux, SUSE Linux, Fedora, so any kind of Linux flavor, what kind of operating system you're looking for, what kind of platform you're looking for. So this comes under platform as a service. And software as a service, the name itself indicating what software, the web software, or application software, a database software, or any other integration softwares, like anything. Just example, like you want to use Nginx, a web server, or JBoss is an application server, a WebLogic application server, a WebSphere application server. There are like many terms. Don't worry about these terms. Eventually, you'll get all those things. But I'm telling you, like if you want, see DB database, you know, right? MySQL database is there. Oracle database is there. Like there are so many services. These comes under software as service. Okay. These three things are clear. What are cloud offerings? Cloud provide three major services, that is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. These are the major. There are so many other things came later, but these are the things major. Okay. Monitoring as service, they call it as MAAS, but I won't include those in the major three. This is a cloud computing evaluation. The era started. The first definition of cloud is this one. These are the services they provide. Any doubts in IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS? Differential in categories? How they are providing
Oh.
is different. We'll see that. The terms are clear to you, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. So please, yes or no, at least I can understand.
Yes, those are clear.
Yes, fine. Thank you. I'm expecting this response for everyone, not only 1 or 2 members. Yeah, it's just a say, yeah, yes, yes. That's all required. I don't know whether you're understanding or not. I'm just going with my flow. So please better interact you so that I can understand. Or else I'm in a position that you people are not understanding. I need to repeat the things. Or like, I don't know how to do that next. Is it clear? Abhijit, नाम से पूछना क्या?
Yes, yes.
क्या
It's
फिर
clear.
पूछ रहा तुम लोगों से? अमोल, तुम दोनों ने रिस्पांस नहीं दिया ना?
नहीं, मैंने दिया था सर.
कहाँ पे?
अभी दिया था मैंने.
Yes बोला. Oh, sorry, I didn't.
हाँ,
अमोल,
yes.
अमोल जवानजाल, क्या हुआ आपका? हमेशा नहीं पूछ सकता यार. क्या हुआ?
Hello.
Did you get that subject? What I'm speaking? IAS, PaaS, SaaS here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just please respond now. Then I can understand that you are following. Just say okay in the chat or say yes in the call, whatever. Okay, fine. Thanks.
Yes.
And this is the first time. Next time onwards, I won't ask. Just please, if I say something like, are you able to understand? Just please respond. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
So, yeah. So these are the things. First is cloud computing means it's a next generation data center. Data center means I define, and IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, these are cloud offerings. Now, there will be another terms like public cloud and private cloud and hybrid cloud. Right. What is public cloud? What is private cloud? Or what is hybrid cloud? Okay, let's take example of a PG. Okay, a hostel, a PG, anything. Suppose if you're staying in hostel, there will be shared rooms, right? Shared accommodation or like a separate accommodation, like single occupants or double occupants, like that. There will be different rooms will be available, right? So suppose if take a shared occupancy, what happened? The room can be shared between 1 or 2, depends on the size, depends on the quality of the hostel. It may be shared up to 6 people, right? 6 or more than 6, I don't know. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like at least I'll consider 3, 4 people will be shared one big room, right? One big room, or the room is divided into different rooms, like hall, kitchen, something like they will put it everywhere, right? So that is called shared occupancy. Now there is a service in hostel itself, or the term called PG. There will be single room for you. So same service they provide. Sometimes some people provide with food and all, but some people won't provide that. But so this is a kind of occupancy, right? The same way, cloud is also the pool of resources. When I say pool of resources, pool means what? Like group of, right? Group of resources. Resources means it can be infra, it can be platform, it can be software. Okay, when I say a term called resource, it can be anything which cloud provides. So group of resources, a pool of resources, it can be shared among different organizations or different individuals. See, who can opt cloud? There are like a free account, business account, and developer account, right? Anyone can take their cloud services. So pool of resources shared among different individuals or different organizations is nothing but public cloud platform. Is nothing but public cloud platform. It doesn't mean that whatever the instance I launched, it can be shared. No, those instances with you only. For example, in hostel, they provide you bed, right? Even though if you are 4 members are placed in a hostel, one room, if you are having one bed, that bed belongs to you only. Nobody can't sleep on that bed. It's for you only. Yeah. The same way, I mean, like the moment you are staying in the hostel, we are the person like allocated for that. So you are the only one who sleep on that bed. Rest of people not supposed to, right? That is a rule. So same way in cloud offerings, if I launch one instance, suppose if I launched one Linux server, Ubuntu server, a CentOS server, a Red Hat machine, whatever thing, those machines credentials are allocated to me. It can't be seen by another individual or another organization. So that way they provide you privacy. But the room is same. The room is same, or the pool of resources are same, which can be shareable. That concept is called public cloud. And private cloud, instead of private cloud, there won't be any sharing. The dedicated hardware will be for you only. The dedicated hardware, the dedicated rack, the dedicated data center, or like the dedicated separate room, or like in a data center, separate categorization of resources will be allocated for you only. That is private cloud. Now, did you get the difference between public and private? Yeah, any questions so that I can explain more? Public and private cloud. Any questions? You understood?
Sir, can you please repeat it again? I have some network issue. I did not hear it properly.
Public cloud may see repetition is not possible, Teja. That's what I'm saying. If you have network issue,
Okay, just because I have some network issue and your voice somewhat breakable, that's the reason.
then you can
Nothing more.
then you can place in a good network place and or else record
Sure,
this.
sure.
I'm giving the recording, right?
Yeah,
Because if I am repeating the
okay.
same thing for everyone, it is not possible. But anyway, this time I'll repeat.
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay.
public
Thank
cloud
you.
means group of resources can be shared among the different individuals or organization. Whereas private cloud means that the hardware or the resources will be dedicated for a one single organization. Okay. So that is
Yeah, okay, thank you.
private cloud. Okay. Clear? Fine.
Yes.
Okay. Now hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud means it's not a combination of public and private. People may think hybrid means combination of public and private. Yeah, some extent that answer is also correct, but the actual definition for hybrid cloud is, suppose I own one company, or like Infosys having one company. Infosys is one organization, right? Infosys or TCS or any other company, they have their own data center, right? Own data center means they on the main headquarter or wherever they feel that they can have one data center, they'll create one data center, right? So in this data center, they will be having resources like the network and computational capacity, whatever comes under hardware, they have everything. Now the resources are not sufficient to them. I mean, like they wanted to extend their infrastructure. They want to extend their infrastructure. Extend means what? Scale up their infrastructure. Means like they wanted to increase the capacity of a processors, or they want to increase the number of processors, both vertical and horizontal scaling. So they can extend in on-premise. Then what they need to do? They have to purchase the processors. They have to purchase the RAM, and then they have to put it in the network again. All those things are is there, right? So instead, they can extend their infrastructure in public cloud or private cloud. I mean, they can take advantage of cloud computing, and they can extend their infrastructure with the public cloud of Amazon or private cloud of Amazon, or they can use the Azure services, Azure and other cloud. GCP, Google Cloud Platform, is another cloud. They can take any of the cloud. So this combination of data center plus public or private, data center extension of public or private cloud is nothing but what? Hybrid cloud. The hybrid model. One is data center, other one is cloud platform. It can be public or private, any cloud platform. Then combination of those two things considered as a hybrid cloud. Clear? Public means group of resources, a pool of resources, better word, pool of resources shared by individuals or organizations. Here, dedicated resources hybrid cloud is extending your data center, by utilizing public or private cloud. Okay, these are the definition in one liners. Okay, shit. Yes. Any questions so far? Public, private, and hybrid cloud?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So everybody is following. That's fine. So these are just terms because which are important to have an in-depth knowledge on each and every aspect. That's why I'm explaining. So, okay, once this is done. Okay, now let's see how does AWS provide all those things? How does AWS provides all these services or resources? All these services or resources. Let's see. So log into your AWS account. Go back to your EC2. So this is a screen, right? Dashboard, global view, events, tags, limits, instance, lot of things which we are going on, which are bouncers for you, right? At the moment. So don't worry, we'll duck it and we'll go each and everything. So reserve instances, dedicated, capacity reservations, AMI, whatnot. Okay, just start with the instance. So instance means what? Okay, let me explain one more concept before going to this. Virtualization. What is virtualization? Any idea? You have any background on this virtualization or virtual? Any time you used virtualization software in your life or like in your organization or somewhere where? Have you ever heard about virtualization? Yes or no? Like you have heard about virtualization or not? Even though my answer is same, but I'm just checking how many people know and not.
No.
No, you don't know virtualization. Okay. So thing is, this is my computer, right? You're seeing my computer. What's operating system I'm having here? This is Windows operating system. It is not displaying here. Let me display you. Okay. So this is my Windows 10 Pro, right? So this is my Windows operating system and the installed RAM is 16 gigs, like the 64-bit operating system, all those things, information is there. Okay. So this is a Windows operating system. Now, if I want to run a Linux machine on top of this Windows, what are the possibilities? If I want to run a Linux machine on top of this Windows, then I think I need to go with a dual bootable system. Dual bootable. That means I can have two operating systems loaded on my machine. One is for Windows, other one is for Linux, right? So when you are using Windows, you can't use Linux. When you are using Linux, you can't use Windows. That is a problem with dual boot mode, right? Dual boot operating system means what? You can have both operating system in your laptop, but you can use at a time only one. Either you can boot Windows or either you can use boot Linux. So that is a drawback. Dual boot operating system problem is what? At any point of time, you can use only one operating system. Suppose if I wanted to have Linux operating system on this, so I need to install this software. This is a VirtualBox manager. Not only Oracle, you can use anything. I'm just using Oracle because this is comfortable. There are many such operating systems are there. Sorry, such softwares are there. That is called virtualization software. What does virtualization software does is it can gives a space to install another operating system on top of your host operating system. It can facilitate you to install another operating system on your machine. So that's the advantage of virtualization. That means it facilitates you to install another operating system on your host operating system. So here host operating system is what? Mine is Windows, right? Windows 10 Pro is my host operating system. On top of that, it can facilitate us to install any of the Linux flavor, right? Linux operating system. So think of a scenario. We need to install virtualization software to install such applications. Okay, so if you want demonstration of this today, tomorrow I can show you this virtualization, but I need somebody to be assist. They have to share their screen because I already installed this VirtualBox, so I can't show you the complete installation on my machine because I don't want to disturb this. There are so much of work is going on.